Okay, so I'm starting a new YouTube video series where I'll just be basically talking about my life because right now, there's a nationwide strike. I'm preparing for exams, sha, but when they say strike, it's to further notice. Nah, you guys prepare for your exams and find a trade doing because you don't want to be caught up in that type of ASUU strike that held that day. Abi those months from February down till November. I don't think you'd want to be caught up in that. So during that strike, the funny thing is, let me just give you like my brief history. My, should I say school life history? No, preschool life history. Preschool life history. So I'm going to start with how I stopped falling. Yes. So I'm going to start with how I managed to get my admission before everything. So pre admission status. Yeah. So first of all, I wrote JAM, I wrote WAEC, I wrote NECO. When you have WAEC and NECO, you if you don't make it in WAEC, you make it in NECO, and you mix your results and you can submit your O level and gain admission. My dear, I still had to take GCE, and by the grace of God, I passed my GCE. I was so grateful. So I combined and I decided to apply for my JAM. I applied for JAM. I wrote JAM 2019. I got a good score. I was going for law. I got a good score, but my dear, the school I put, the university that I put, the first time I thought probably because I didn't really score that high. The second year I scored better. That was 2020. I scored better. And I still put that same school. I don't know what is doing me. In this Nigeria, when they did not give you admission in one school, you go to another school. It's not the one that you apply 70 times in one school, except you're going for private university. Anyhow, I still put the same school. I didn't know they were doing this indigenous stuff. Like, they only admit their indigens, and once in a while they admit others. I guess I wasn't that lucky because I didn't get the admission. I didn't get the admission. Lastly, the last school I applied for in 2021 was Rivers State University. Still going for law. And RSU, I felt it's a good school, yeah, actually. But then along the line, I live in Bayelsa State. There's a university in Bayelsa State. But I don't know. In fact, there are universities in Bayelsa State. I don't know why I didn't want to go to those universities. I felt like since I have lived half of my life in Bayelsa State, I felt like probably this other part of my life should be somewhere else, you understand? So I applied for RSU. Along the line, I was like, why not just apply in Bayelsa State? The one that admission is kind of sure. It's not 100% sure, but it's kind of sure. I understand. So I applied for. I did change of course. Sorry, I did change of institution. I did a change of institution and moved over to Niger Delta University. Still law, though, still law. I moved over to Niger Delta University, and I waited, guy. I waited. All my hope was on this admission because I was beginning to feel frustrated. There's this frustration when you're done with secondary school and you've not yet entered university. It's not like you don't want to enter university, you just have not gotten into the university. It's not like you're willingly avoiding it or stuff like that. No. There's this frustration that comes with that space, that gap. And I was beginning to feel really frustrated. So that was they began giving admissions November. Is it November? December. They began their admissions December. So I waited. From December I didn't see my admission. The funny thing I was seeing is not admitted. Okay, I'm like, alright. Second month, that was January. I still hadn't seen admission. Still showing not admitted. February, it was showing admission in process, a bit in progress. I'm like, at least it's in progress. So that admission in progress stayed there for a long time. Then it shifted. It was fluctuating between not admitted, admission in progress, not admitted, admission in progress, until lastly I finally saw admitted. Oh my gosh! And do you know that they changed my course? I was going for law. They changed my course first. They changed my law from law to sociology and anthropology. Which someone carried that one do? I didn't read for that. My jam wasn't for that. Sociology and anthropology. I'm like, what? No, why? Again, they changed it again, once again, to mass communication. Thankfully, that was my second choice, actually, and I liked mass communication, so I'm like, okay, no problem. I was preparing. In fact, I've already packed my bags to go to school because, do you know the funny thing? The Niger Delta University campus is in another town. There are different towns. In the states, there are different towns. There are different towns in the states, and sorry, let me look at this. And there's the state capital. There are other places. You understand? So I live in the state capital. The law faculty is in the state capital, while the other faculties are down in the main campus, and the main campus is in a totally different town. Is that not funny? So I basically go. Okay, let me continue my story. So I gained the admission, mass communication, and that faculty is in the main campus. That's in another town. So I had prepared my baggage. Do you know they even put on uniforms? I was already buying material to sew uniforms until I checked my admission portal again and I saw law. I'm like, wow, actually, bro, stop, wait, I got my law. I was actually very happy. But the thing is, I have to go to school